Very good day, everyone. My name is Emmilia Fazli, and today I'll be presenting a poster presentation entitled Football Players with NOS3 TT Genotype has a stronger postural stability, a cohort study of UiTM FC players. As an introduction, a number of genetic variations had been reported to be associated with the differences in the levels of physical performance among individuals. Performance of the elite athletes has been associated with the polymorphisms of the NOS3 gene. Previous studies reported that sports-related polymorphism NOS3T was associated with power and strength performance among the elite athletes. Nitric oxide synthase enzyme affects the growth of the muscle cells. Strong postural stability is an important feature among the athletes and has a huge effect on their sports performance, particularly in football. Therefore, genotyping for sports-related genetic polymorphism associated with postural stability could be useful in predicting later success in sports, including football. In Malaysia, previous studies related to sports-related genetic polymorphisms were only conducted among university student athletes. In addition, NOS3 polymorphism has never been studied among the Malaysian elite athletes. Therefore, findings related to this sports-related genetic polymorphism among the Malaysian elite athletes, including football players, have still remained unknown. This is why the study aimed to investigate the effects of NOS3 polymorphism on the performance of postural stability among the Malaysian elite football players. This study involved 23 elite football players of the UiTM FC with ethical approval from the Research Ethics Committee of UiTM. Genotyping was conducted using the allele-specific polymerase chain reaction (ASPCR) from the extracted genomic DNA from the peripheral blood of the players. The frequencies of the NOS3 genotypes were determined based on the presence of NOS3, C, and T alleles. The postural stability assessment was conducted using the Biodex balance system, and the output data from the stability assessment were including mediolateral stability and overall stability scores. Student t-test for independent samples was used to determine statistically significant differences in terms of the postural stability performance between the players carrying the CT and TT genotypes. The table here shows the characteristics of the players that were involved in the study. Generally, the players are 18 years old, with approximately 168.78 cm in height and 61.7 kg in weight. The CT genotype frequency of the players is 13%, whereas the TT genotype frequency is 87%. Figure 1 shows the means of right overall postural stability scores of players carrying the CT genotype with 2.51 score and players with TT genotype with 1.55 score. Figure 2 shows the means of right mediolateral postural stability scores of the player with CT genotype with 1.91 score and players with TT genotype with 0.89 score. And from these two figures, it was shown that the means of the postural stability scores are higher in the players with CT genotype as compared to players with TT genotype. Smaller postural stability scores are associated with better assessment of postural stability. Therefore, for the means of right overall postural stability scores, significant differences were discovered between the players of NOS3 CT genotype and TT genotype with a p-value of less than 0.05. For the means of right mediolateral postural stability scores, significant differences were discovered between the players with NOS3 CT and TT genotypes with a p-value of less than 0.01. These results provide an indication that the players who carried the NOS3 TT genotype had better postural stability performance in comparison to players carrying the CT genotype. In conclusion, these findings highlighted that NOS3 TT genotype is beneficial for postural stability performance of the football players. Therefore, in order to achieve optimal performance, genotyping elite athletes for sports-related genetic polymorphism can be used to complement the existing training programs. And therefore, I would like to thank everyone for listening.